Edge feathering is really an underutilized tool by the deer manager. It can do a lot of great things, quite frankly, quite simply. It increases the level of deer browse out in the deer woods. It cuts down their line of sight so they can't see as far, so now they have to move more. It makes it so the hunter, can sneak in and out of locations without being seen, and by leaving gaps in the right places, it funnels deer activity through specific openings, which we just happen to set up perfect for our stand. And best of all, there's not much a person has to do to pull this off. All you do is hinge cut about a 5-yard wide band along your food plots, along your ag fields, any open area that you want to funnel deer in and out of. Now, if you'll recall, hinge cutting, all we're doing is, in this case, anywhere from about waist to knee high. We're cutting approximately 50 to 60% of the way through on the small trees. So now we can grab them and we can bend them over and we can position them to create our blockade. When doing that, by only cutting through 50 to 60%, retaining that connection to the root system, a good percentage of the trees live. On the larger trees, we have to play tree lean. If that tree is leaning in a specific direction, we have to go to the back side of the tree and make our cut there. So that way it falls in the direction it's leaning. On the large trees, you cut until the tree starts to fall. The second it starts to fall, you stop. Okay. But on these, because of their size, we don't want to mess around with trying to push them over and increase the danger of a kick out or something like that. Speaking of danger, we recommend always hire professionals to do this work for you. If you are going to do it yourself, you wear protective helmets, you wear chaps, you wear boots. It's even a really good idea to wear a logger's jacket. Okay. As I said, it goes ahead and takes all that browse now and puts it down on the ground, making it real easy for those deer to get to, which is great for overwinter nutrition. Always remember, in the Midwest and points north, overwinter is huge. That's the stress point for these whitetails. We provide good nutrition then. They are going to be so much healthier. We're going to decrease winter mortality. Their fawn success rates are going to go up. And Mr. Big doesn't have to work so hard in spring building back his body. Instead, he can pump that to his rack and gets that much more antler growth. You go further down south, it's that summer period. And in that summer period when it's stressful, now we have all this extra browse on the ground. At the same time, because we open that area up to sunlight more, it's getting even more undergrowth coming up, massively increasing our browse level in those locations. Then it hides the hunter. Now we can go ahead and walk down the edge of that opening. We walk down the edge of that opening, and a deer that's 20, 30, 40, 50 yards into the woods, as long as the wind is blowing from them to us and we're being quiet, we can get down that edge without them ever knowing we are there. Then you have the funneling impact. The funneling impact, you go ahead and you stop creating that edge feathering where you want the deer to go through. It makes it so you can go ahead and set a stand 20 yards on either side, and it gives you safe wind directions. Finally, it makes the deer work. When deer are working on your ground, they're not over on the neighbors. Grown Big is brought to you by Wildlife Research Center, the gold standard. Reconics, see what you've been missing. Antler King, bigger bucks, healthier deer. Heater bodysuit, you stay warm or your money back. Food plots for deer, planning your habitat improvements and improving your hunting. Furminator, the best food plot implement on earth. Remington, America's oldest gun maker. Nomad, I hunt, therefore I am. Just simply by use of a chainsaw. One can go ahead and edge feather the edges of their openings. You increase the food. You decrease the vision for the bucks, making them work that much harder, making it so the hunter can slip through, and you funnel deer through specific corridors. It's really that simple. Just remember, when you're out there in the woods with a chainsaw, always do safety first. It just is not worth seriously risking an injury or death for deer hunting. Go out there, have fun, make it work for you. You'll be happy you did.